In today's video, we'll teach you how to create a responsive personal portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We created this tutorial in response to a subscriber's request. If you would like us to create something for you, please subscribe and drop your suggestions in the comments below. My goal with this channel is to post videos on different topics every week. This will help you to become a full stack developer. It's important to keep watching the step-by-step tutorial until the end. Here on the screen, we can able to see the personal portfolio website which contains top navigation bar with name of the person. I have mentioned my name as Sharatchandar K with contact number and menu bars here. And below we have the session for whom with text animations shows who am I and picture of mine with supported buttons. And here we have a scroll animation effect to move the session. While clicking this, will navigate from home to about. In the about section, I have mentioned about me with detailed explanation, and we can able to see the sticky navbar here with color change. Once we click the menu bar here, we'll get the menu pop-up items which contains home, about me, what I do, resume, and contact me with supported social media connections. Already we are in the home, so menu as set to active into the home. If we click to what I will do here, will hide the menus and navigate to the service session, will display what type of service available from us. If we open menu again here, will set the menu active on what I do. And again I will jump to the resume section here, and in the resume section we have mentioned all our education, experience and skills with download CV button. And then below we have a contact section with detail about us and estimate your project with sender details, what we can help to them with submit button. As of now we have not linked to any service. This is only for design purpose. And then below we have in the footer with copyright text back to top icon here. While clicking this will navigate from bottom to top. This website is completely responsive, so we can switch from any devices and we can able to see the design on any of the devices. If it is a mobile view, we can able to see the design again with all the sessions. And here if it is a tablet mode, we can able to see the design with full responsive. All this design we done through only CSS. Before beginning this video, I would like to introduce myself as Sharatchandar K. Most of you are watching my videos without subscribing. So please subscribe to our channel and like this video to encourage me. Let's build our own. Here on my desktop, I have already created a project folder name called Responsive Personal Portfolio Website. Let me open this into a Visual Studio Code. So for that, I will drag this directory into a Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code will automatically loads all the files inside it. Inside the directory, I have already created a image folder with supported image. Along with that, index.html, style.css and script.js. In the index.html, I have already added a HTML boilerplate with the help of exclamation mark. And then I have changed the title to Responsive Personal Portfolio by Sharatchandar K. Along with that, I have linked the font awesome file CDN to get the font awesome icons here. And then I will link the style.css with the help of style sheet, and then I will link the script.js with the help of script tag. And then inside the body we are going to create the personal portfolio. So for that I will create a container with the help of embed abbreviation dot container. If we hit enter, it will automatically create a div tag with the class attribute with the value of container. Inside that I'm going to create a header tag. Inside the header I'm going to create a navbar. In the personal portfolio website we have a navigation bar on top. Inside that I'm going to create a span tag with the class value of logo, and then I will add the logo value of with the help of link tag with href of javascript void with 0, and then the site name as Sharatchandar K. Because this is a personal portfolio, so I will mention the logo name as my name. And then next to this I will add one more div with mobile number. I will mention the class name as number. Inside that I will add the I tag with the help of class font awesome fa phone, and then I will add the span tag again with phone number of country digit, and I will mention the mobile number here. After that, I will add the menu bar icon here with FA solid, FA bars strugged. If I save, now let us see our HTML file in action. So for that, in Visual Studio Code, we have a extension called Go Live. The status bar, once we click this, it will automatically create a server and it will run to our default browser. Here we can able to see the site logo as Sharat Chandar K and then mobile number with icon. Menus is missed. So I will go here, I will miss the E here. If I save, now we can able to see the menu bar here. Along with this, we'll add the Navbar collapse option with the help of embed abbreviation with Navbar collapse. If we hit enter, it will create a div. Inside the div, we are going to create one more div of nav center because we are going to set all the menu item into the center of the screen. And now we'll create the UL tag of navbar menus. And then inside this, we are going to create the LI. Here in the embed abbreviation, we have a option to create a multiple LIs. So here we are going to create the 5 LIs. So I will type li dot nav items asterisk 5. If we hit enter, it will create a li of 5. And then inside that, I will add the href tag to link to home and then value as home again here. The same thing I will copy here. I will paste it to the all other LIs and I will change the main items here. Second one as about me, and then third one as what I do. This is a service of us, and then fourth one as resume, and then last one as contact me. Then we'll change the value of href here to contact for last one, and then resume here, and then as I said, this is a service, and this one as about. Along with this, we are going to add the social media icons. So again, with the help of ul dot social icons, if we hit enter, it will create a ul tag with class attribute. Inside that, again, we are going to add the 5 LIs, right? Again with li dot social icons asterisk 5. If we hit enter, it will create a social icons of 5. And then inside that, we are going to add the icons with the help of I tag with fa brands, fax Twitter, and I will close the eye icon here. The same thing I will copy here and I will paste it for others too. And then now we'll change the icons here. This one as Facebook -F, and then third one as Instagram, and then fourth one as LinkedIn, and then last one as Globe. This is a website. And if I save, if I go to that browser, we can able to see the changes instantly here. That is how the live server will work. Now we need to style this. So for that, I will jump to the style.css here. In the style.css, I have already added the import URL of font family Poppins, and I have mentioned the asterisk of global selector will reset the value, margin to 0, padding to 0, box sizing, border box and transition for all 0.4 second EAZ. And then now I will add the styles to the body with the help of element selector name called body. And then I will set the background color to white, will set the color to black, and then font family here. As I said, we have already added the Poppins to the font family name as Poppins here. If I save, now we can able to see the font style design here. Now again I will add the styles to the header with the help of element selector. I will set the width to 100% and then position to fixed, and then we'll set this to top to 0 and then left to 0. We'll set the z index to 1020. If I save, now we can able to see this. Now we are going to add the styles to the new. So again with header and then subclass of element selector new, we'll set the display to flex. This will set all the line items in a single liner, and then align items center, justify content, space between, margin to auto, and then we'll set the padding to 0 px top and bottom and 8 rem to right and left. If I save, now we can able to see the design change image here. And now I will remove all the text decoration and then color to all the A tag with text decoration to none. This will remove all the blue line here, and then I will set the color to black again. If I save, now we can able to see this, and then I will set all the eye icon cursor to pointer. Now we can able to see the cursor to pointer here. Now I will style this header logo with header and name and then dot logo. If it is a class, we need to mention the selector of dot. This will applicable to that particular element. I will set the font weight to 600 and then font size to 24 px. If I save, now we can able to see the changes here. Now we have added the styles to the logo, and now we need to add the same thing to the number also, right? So with again header with new, and we have added the classes number. We'll use the class selector with dot, and then I will set the font weight to 500, and then we'll set the display to flux again, align items center, justify content to space between. I save, now we can able to see this, and now we'll add the styles to the menu bar here with the help of font or some class here. I will copy the same class value, and I will set the width of 25 px. I will set the font size to 25 px again. We'll set the margin to 20 px. We'll set the z index 2030. If I save, now we can able to see the menu style here, and then now we need to style this again. I will copy this neighbor collapse here with the help of class selector dot with background to RGB color, red to 0, green to 0, blue to 0, and 0.95. If I save, now we can able to see the background color, and then we'll set the position to fixed. We'll set display to block here. We'll set left of 0, right to 0, bottom to 0, width of 100 percentage, again with height of 100 percentage. If I save, now we can able to see the neighbor collapse to the entire screen. So we'll set the opacity to 0. If I say, we can't able to see that, so we'll set the transition to 0.3 second. We'll set the z index again here with 1020. We'll set the display to flux direction to column, and then align items to be center. We save, we can't able to see that. Once we click that, the opacity will change to 1. See, now this is how the menu will look like, and I will change this thing. Once we click this, we need to do that functionality, right? So for that, I will jump to the script.js to add that functionality. In the script.js, we need to declare the declaration with the help of const body equal to document. Document is an owner of your web page. With the help of this, we need to do all the operation. With the help of document, I will add the query selector of body. What is this query selector? If we do the console.log here of body, if I save, if I go and insert element here, we can see the entire body here. With the help of this document, we can do all the operations. That is how the DOM tree will work. And then second thing, I will add the header to it, and then again document dot query selector of, with the help of header selector name called header. And then the next thing, we need to add the menus. Whenever we are clicking this, that time only we need to do that operation, right? So I will copy this class selector again here. We'll set the menu open equal to document dot query selector of the class name. Here, if it is a class name, we need to mention that dot here. So this will consider to that particular class element. Whenever we click open this menu open, we need to add the functionality. So here menu open dot on click will add the function to it with the help of event selector of function, and I will add the alert to 1 to check this event is firing or not. So I will go and click here. Now we can able to see the alert here. With the help of this function, we are going to add the styles to that menu bar, right? So for that, again I will go here. I will copy the menu bar collapse here. With the help of same const here, I will add the new declaration of new bar collapse, and here with the help of document dot query selector, again with the help of class selector dot with new bar collapse, and then we are going to do the action to this neighbor collapse, right? I will copy this declaration and I will add the class list dot toggle will set the class as show. What this will do, if I go here in the insert element container, inside the container we have that neighbor collapse, right? Now only we can able to see the neighbor collapse class. Once we click this, we can able to see the show class is adding, and again once we click this, it will be removed. See, that is how the event is firing. The class list will toggle the class value to the neighbor collapse whenever we clicking this. So here I will go and add the styles to this, and I will add the styles the same as neighbor collapse dot show will set the opacity. As I said, we need to set these things to 1, and then visibility to visible. If I save, if I go and click here, now we can able to see that. If I click again, we can't able to see that. Whenever we click this, we need to change this icon, right? So for that, again I will jump to the script.js, will add the styles directly here. So here already we have add the event here with the help of declaration of menu open dot class list dot toggle will set the fa x mark. If I save, if I go and click this, now we can able to see the icon is changing, right? We'll set the color to that. So again I will jump to the style.css with the help of fa x mark. I will set the color to it, color of white. If I save, if I go and click here, we can able to see that. If I close this, we can able to see that. How simple is this, right? Now we need to style this neighbor menus. So again I will jump here, the help of UL tag here, I will use the same thing. So before that, we have a nav center. With the help of this class selector, we'll set the nav center margin to auto, and then the next thing as navbar menus. With the help of class selector dot navbar menus, we'll set the display to flags, and then flux direction to column, and then we'll set the margin top to 25 px. If I save, we can able to see the menu item center on the screen. So then we'll add the colors to it with the help of dot navbar menus of a tag equal to color of white. We save. Now we can able to see the navbar menus as white color. So we can add like this, or we can reuse this class with the help of same value. So I will copy this class selector and I will make this as comma, and below to this I will add this, and then I will remove the duplicate value here. If I save, now we can able to see the same thing color to multiple class selectors. So this will reduce our duplicate code. So then I will jump to the next thing. I will add the styles to the social icons here. So I will copy the social icons. I will use the same class selector of dot. Will set the display to flux again. We'll set the flux direction to row, because we need to set all the social icons into the list of row, right? If I save, now we can't able to see that. We need to add the designs of align items to be center, and then we'll set the margin top to 20 px. If I save, where it's gone, I will go and collapse here. Now we can able to see the icons here with center of the screen with the help of row. And now we'll add the styles to both UL and LI of colors and designs. We are not using the class of navbar menus or social icons. We can directly set to the UL and LI, because this will applicable for all the UL tag with the LIs. So I will assign the text align to center. We'll set the color to white. We'll set the padding inner spacing of 10 px. We'll remove the list style to none, and then I will set the font size to 22 px, font weight to 500, and then cursor to pointer. We save. Now we can able to see the design here. Home, about me, what I do for all these values. We can able to close, and we can able to open this. How cool is this, right? Now we'll go here and we'll add the session to it. So again I will jump to the index.html. I will add the main content below to the header with the help of embed abbreviation with dot main content. If we hit enter again, it will create the main content here. Inside that we are going to add the sessions. So already we have the menu items of 5. So we are going to create the 5 sessions here. So again with the session asterisk of 5. If we hit enter, it will create a 5 session here. I will add the ID to it. the first session as home, and then second session as about, third session as service, fourth session as resume, and then fifth session as contact. And then inside the home session, I will add the container session of class with the help of embed abbreviation. I will hit enter, it will create a div. Inside that, I will create one more div with class value of row, and then inside that I will create a class value of column for two times, because we need to split the screen. One side is for content and another side is for image. So the first column contains h1, and I will mention hi, I am a freelance. If I save, now we can able to see this, and then below to this I'm going to add the paragraph tag with class value of location. I will mention the location as based in Bengaluru, India. And then I will add two more href of a tag href as I will add the ID of resume with class value of button. We'll set this button as button dark. We'll add the value of view my resume. Then next href as contact, the ID of contact. We'll add the class of button contact, and then value of contact me with icon I tag, class value of font awesome regular fa circle down. If I save, now we can able to see this value here, and then in the column of second div we'll add the class of rounded fill, and inside that I will add the image source of images and Sarachandar k.jpg. We'll close this. If we save, now we can able to see the about content here. Now we'll style this. So again I will jump to the style.css. So in the style.css I will add the class property of the session of position to relative, and then I will add the padding inner spacing of top and bottom to 3 or m, right and left to 0, and then we'll set the overflow to hidden. If we save, now we can able to see this. Now we need to add the style to the session with the help of ID. Previously we have added the class to the element selector and class selector. If it is a ID, we need to use the hash. With the help of hash selection of ID, I will set the background color to yellow. If I save, now we can able to see the background selection of yellow to the home, and then I will set the min height to 100 VH. If I save, now it will be completely occupied to the screen of VH. And now we'll add the styles to the row. I will copy the row value here with the help of class selector dot. We'll set display to flags, and then adding to 20px. We'll set the justify content to space between and align items to center. If I save, now we can able to see the rows to side by side, and then for the column value of COL, I will set the align items to center. If I save, now we can able to see the styles here, and then now I need to add the styles to the I am a freelancer text. So here I will add the class value of who, and I will jump to the style.css with dot who font weight to 300, and then line height to 1.3, font size to 3 rem, and then we'll add the text transform to uppercase. If I save, now we can able to see the changes here. And then next to this we are going to add the text animation, right? So here in the home session below to this value I will add one more div, the class value of text rotate, and then inside that we'll add one more attribute of data rotate. We'll set the data rotate with the array of developer. We'll set the second value of designer, and then third one as Sharat, and then fourth one as YouTuber. I save, and then we'll add another attribute of data period of 2000. If I save, nothing will happen. We need to add the functionality to this. So before that I will add the styles to this. We'll set the font weight to 600, and I will set the text transform to uppercase, and then font size to 5 rem. If I save, I can't able to see that. So we need to do the functionality in the script.js. So again, I will jump to the script.js here. So in the script.js, we'll add the text animation on the window onload, right? So for that, I will add the window.onload function with help of function keyword, and inside that I will add a alert. If I save, once the window is reload, we'll get the alert message all the time. So whenever we reload it, we need to start the animation from here. So here inside that I will create a declaration of let elements. Will get the document here again with get element by class name. I will mention the class name here with text rotate. This is what the class name we mentioned, and here in the elements we need to get that text, right? So I will add the for each of let I equal to 0, I less than elements dot length, and then I plus plus inside this will get the text rotate, and then period console dot log here will check how to get that elements of I. If I save, if I go and check the interrupt element here in the console, if I save it again, now we can able to see the text rotate of the div here, and then we'll get only the attributes, right? So already we have created the attributes. If I set get attributes and will mention the name of attributes data dot rotate, if I save, now we can get that attribute value here, and then I will change these things to period. If I say, we'll get the 2000 value. This is what the attribute we have created here. So here I will add the declaration let to rotate equal to, I will add the value to this to rotate, and I will copy the same here. I will change the value to period. If I save, and then here once we receive these things, if to rotate not equal to none, we are going to create a prototype here. So here we'll declare the type of where txt rotate will create the function of value, will pass the element, and then to rotate text here, and then period here. Inside this we'll create this dot to rotate equal to rotate, and this dot el equal to el, and then we'll set the this dot loop number equal to 0. We'll set the this dot period equal to, will pass this value to int with the help of parse int with period, and then 100, or it will be default for 4000, and then we'll add the this dot text equal to empty value, and then this dot tick. This is a function of prototype, and we'll add one more this dot is deleting equal to false. So here we need to use this text rotate inside this value. So I will mention this text rotate equal to new text rotate of that function, will pass the element of I, and then will pass the JSON dot parse value of to rotate, and then will pass the period here. So we are passing this. If I save, now we'll get the error of the tick is not an function, because we have created this tick, we have not yet created the function. So here to text rotate dot prototype dot tick equal to function, and inside that we have console dot log of txt. Here we have set the txt as null. Instead of txt, we'll get the to rotate here, because we have created the class of txt rotate. Inside that we have paused and we have assigned the to rotate, and here we'll get all the values of array. So with this we are going to add the rotate here. Before that I will add one more where declaration of I equal to this dot loop number percentage of, will get the I value of this dot to rotate dot length. This will get the exact value of I to set the timeout of this. So I will add the console dot log of this one. Now we'll get the 0 value, and then we'll increment it with the help of where we'll get the full text equal to this dot to rotate of I. If we console dot log now, we'll get the full text as developer. If I change this value to 2, we'll get a Sharat, and we'll change these things to 3, we'll get YouTuber. That is how the loop number will calculate the length of value to increase this, and then we'll set this element of el dot inner HTML of pan tag. We'll set the class value to wrap, and then we'll append the values here with the help of string concatenation with this dot text. Before that, we need to set this text, right? So here we'll check if this dot is deleting. We'll set this dot txt equal to full text dot substring, then 0 will set the this text dot length of -1. If it is deleting, we need to delete the substring of from last character to 0, and then if it is else, we'll set the this dot text equal to, we'll adding the full text dot substring of 0, this dot txt dot length plus 1. This is else. If I save, now we can able to see the D here because the developer first character is D. We need to add the timeout for these things. Then only we can able to add all the strings here. So for that, we'll add the where of that equal to this, and we'll find the delta equal to 150 minus math dot random characters into 100. So before that, we'll set the set timeout of function equal to this dot tick for delta. If I save, now we can able to see the developer text is running, right? See, that is what the delta will do. And then once it's added, we need to remove that, and again we need to add that, right? So for that, if is deleting, we'll add the delta divided by 2, and then if not of this dot deleting, and this dot txt triple equal to full text. If this both the condition is satisfied, we'll set the delta to this dot period, and then this dot is deleting will set true. If I save, now it is adding the developer, and it take 2 seconds to delete, and then it will add the next character, right? So for that, we'll add the else if this dot is deleting, and this dot txt triple equal to null, will set this dot is deleting equal to false, and then this dot loop number plus plus, and then we'll add the delta to 1000. If I save, now we can able to see the developer is adding, and now it will be deleting, and again once again it will be adding the designer, and again it will delete, and again once again it will add the sharat. This is how the animation will work. Here we are looping to plus plus, it will get all the values one by one. How simple is this, right? And now we'll add the styles to this. Here in the page onload, we'll add the css of variable equal to document dot create element of style. This will create a style tag here, and then we'll set the css dot type equal to text slash css, and then css dot inner html equal to dot text rotate. If the text rotate contains a wrap of class, we'll set the border right to 0.8 rem solid, and then red color. If we save, nothing will happen, right? Because we have added this, we have not yet initialized it. So I will add these things into directly to the document dot body dot append child of css. If I save, now we can able to see the text deletion and creation by cursor design. This is how the text design will work. And now we'll add the styles to the image, and then button. So I will jump to the style.css. We'll add the styles to this location of dot location. We'll set the font size to 1.3 rem, and then margin bottom to 2 rem, and then line height to 1.8. If I save, now we can able to see the styles to this, and now we'll add the styles to the button with the help of btn. We'll set the padding to 1 rem, 2 rem. We'll set the font weight to 500, border width to 2px. We'll add the transition to all 0.5 second. Yes, and then margin top to 1 rem. We'll set the box shadow to this with the help of box shadow 0, 5px, 15px, and RGBA color 0, 0, 0, and 0.15. If I save, Now we can able to see the button style here, and then I will add the button dark, the color of white, and then we'll set the background of black, and then border color to same as black. If I save, now we can able to see the button here, and then we'll add the button style to the button contact. We'll set the padding to 1 rem, 2 rem, and then font weight to 500, border width to 2px. If I save, now we can able to see the button style here, and then now we'll add the styles to the image. So for the image, we have added the class as rounded fill. I will copy the class here with the help of class selector. I will add the padding to 1 rem, and then set the border radius to 50, and then we'll set the background color to RGBA color with the help of 0, 0, 0, 0.175, and we'll set the height to 430 px and then width of 400 px. If I save, we can see the background to the image. The same thing we need to add for the images too. I will copy this round fill of image. We'll set the max width to 100 percentage. We'll set the height to auto, and then we'll set the border radius to 50 percentage, and then height to 400 px, and then width to 400 px. If I save, now we can able to see the color to this, and here we have missed the box shadow of 0, 1 rem, 3 rem with RGBA color of 0, 0, 0 and 0.175, and then we'll change the background color to this 248, 249 and 250, and then all for to 1. If I save, now we can able to see the rounded image with the cool border animation of box shadow. And then here we need to add the scroll effect, right? I will jump to the index.html. I will add the one more href of hash about. We'll set the class to scroll down arrow, and then inside that I will add the icon of class phantasm fa arrow down. If I close this, if I save, now we can able to see the scroll of arrow down here. We'll style this again. I will jump to the style.css. In the style.css, I will copy this class here, add the styles to this with position of absolute, z index to 3, bottom to 20 px, then left to 50 percentage. We'll set the font size to 20 px. If I save, now we can able to see the arrow to the bottom of this, and then we'll add the styles to that eye icon with an position of relative. We'll set the animation to this with the help of animation. I will add the name of fade in down to 1.5 second with infinite, and for this fade in down we need to create the keyframe for that. So I will add keyframes of fade in down. I will set the 0 percentage and 100 percentage. Inside the 0 percentage I will set the top to minus 25 px, and then opacity to 0. If it is reach 100 percentage, I will set this top to 10 px, and then opacity to 1. If I save, now we can able to see the animation effect to this, right? If I open this, if I go to the minimum screen, we can able to see that. And then for this, I will add the styles to the container session here. With the help of container session, we'll set the padding to 3 rem and 2 rem for top and bottom. If I save, now we can able to see the designs to the right and left here, and we'll set the margin to 0.5 rem. Now we can able to see the styles here. Now we are in the tablet view. If I go to the laptop view, now we can able to see the cool effect on the freelancer with the right hand side, and then a left hand side as image. The next thing we need to add the contact session of about me. The about session, again I will replicate this div and then row and then column. I will copy this, I will go and paste it here. I will close the div here. Here inside the about session, I will add the p tag with class value of title. Inside the title will add the span tag, and I will mention this as about me, and I will close the p tag here. Then next to this we'll add the s2 class of text center. I will mention noun me more. If I save, now we can able to see the about me and noun me more text here. And now we'll copy this session for all the sessions because we are going to set this the session name and what we are going to tell about these things. I will copy and paste it here inside the service, and instead of about me I will change these things to what I do, and then the text here for how I can help your next project. And then same thing to the resume also. Then resume I will mention this as resume, and then instead of this one I can mention a summary of my resume. If I save, now we can able to see the textures here. And then I will copy this same. This is for contact. Here we are not going to use any of the text here. And then next to this main container, we'll add the footer. The ID of footer again. Inside that, we'll add the div with row, and then we'll column into two. We'll add the p tag. We'll set the copyright, and we'll add the text of copyright with this HTML value of 169, and again I will add the span tag ID to copyright year. Right now we are in the 2024, and then I will add the all rights received, and then second column as with the help of paragraph tag of P designed by Sharat Chandra K. We'll close the P tag. Now here we can able to see the footer and other things too. Now we'll add the contents to each of the sessions. So again I will jump to the about me session here. In the about me inside the row I will add two columns. The first column as about me. Inside the about me I will add the h2, and I will mention the text with pan tag as hi, I am Sharat Chandra. If I save, now we can able to see the text of here, and then I will copy the description about me below to the h2 tag. If I save, now we can able to see the description about me, and then second call of value I will add the another div called experience with paragraph class value as years, and I will mention I have total 8 years of experience, and again one more paragraph tag of years of experience, and I will close the paragraph tag here. Now we can able to see the about session here, and then inside the about session we are going to create one more row, dot row of subclass of details. Inside that we'll add one more call, and then first column as paragraph class with label value of email, and then the second one as class with value. We'll set the value of email as Sharatchandar K at mail.com. If I save, now we can able to see this. The same thing we need to replicate for 4 times. So I will copy this and I will paste it for 3 times, and I will change the value of email to name, and then this one as DOB was date of birth, and I will set the value to 19th December 1990, and then location mention as from again with Bengaluru, India. Now here we can able to see the design here. Now we can style this. So again I will jump in the style.css. Will add the styles to the title of text align center. If I save, now we can able to see the about me into the center, and then about me as we need to add the styles to this dot title pan tag as with background of yellow color. We'll set the padding to 0 and 0.5 rem. If I save, now we can able to see the changes here, and then now we'll add the h2 value for all the sessions with the font size of 2.5 rem, and then font weight of 100. If I save, now we can able to see the styles on all the changes, and then I will add the underline to about dot underline. For that border bottom to 3px with solid of yellow. Now we can able to see the underline style to this, and then we'll set the font weight to 600. So now we can able to see the 600 to the distance, and I will add the margin top to the about details with margin top of 3 rem, and then I will set the font size of experience, and then text align to year. If I save, now we can able to see the font size and value of this year to the class value of experience, and then years. If I save, now we can able to see the font styles to this 8 years of experience, and then same will add the styles to that experience of and tag to font weight as 700, and then we'll add the paragraph style to the font size of 1.7 rem, and then I will add the styles to the about description with the font size of 1.3 rem and margin top to 1 rem. If I save, now we can able to see the design to this, and then I will add the width of 70% to the about me, and then I will add the color to the label, and then I will add the font weight to the value. If I save, now here we can able to see the font weight and color change to this. If I expand to the full screen, now we can able to see this experience, and we can able to see the values here. Now we'll add the styles to this noun memo. So here we have added the title span, and we have added the class text center. We'll add the styles to this text align center, and then font weight to bold. If I save, now we can able to see the text here with the center of the screen. And now we'll add the content to what I do and resume. So again I will jump to the index.html, jump to the session of what I do. Inside this I will copy and paste the content already I have added. If I save, and now we can able to see the web development, Windows and mobile application. These are the service we are providing. So I have pasted the digital marketing and brand values to inside the what I can help to the next project here. So now we'll style this. So again here in the style.css we'll add the class to the service, and then background styles to light gray color. See, now we can able to see the difference of both. And now whenever we scroll this, we need to append the sticky top right. For that I will jump to the script.js to that functionality. So for that here we have already added this windows, the same thing window dot on scroll. Whenever we are scroll this, the website will shoot this fire and will add the function to it. So here in the header we are going to add the class. So I will check if document element dot scroll top greater than 5, then only we'll add the styles to the header dot class list dot add sticky on top. If it is else, I will remove this. Now we need to add the styles to this. So I will go and check this if it is adding or not. Here in the header, so the class is empty. Whenever we scroll these things, we'll add the sticky on top here. So again, I will jump to the style.css. In the style.css, I will add the sticky on top. I will set the background color to white, and then border bottom to 1px solid with light gray color. If I save, if I scroll, now we can able to see the sticky navbar on top. How cool is this, right? And then again we'll add the styles to that service. Then for this service, we need to add the content for each of the site for 3, right? So I will add the service ID value here with details. I will set the display to grid, and I will set the padding top to 3 rem, and I will set the grid template column to repeat 3 of one frame. If I save, now we can able to see the 3 of per frame in this session. And then we'll add the column of padding 1 rem, and then we'll add the icon styles to each of the values. So again with service dot details of icon here, we'll set the font size to 3 rem, we'll set the margin bottom to 2 rem, we'll set the color of yellow. If I save, now we can able to see the icons on all the list here. If we visible to the big screen, now we can able to see the visibility here on the same. We'll add the feature box styles with extra line center, and then margin bottom to 1.5 rem. So this will help to set all the icons and text center of the div. And now we'll add the styles to this h3. So I will add the styles to the font weight, font size and margin bottom. If I save, now we can able to see the text clearly on the visibility. And now we'll add the content to the resume of summary. I will jump to the index.html. In the index.html, the resume of summary here. Inside this, I will copy the content of my education and experience. If I save, now we can able to see the my education and experience detail with h3, and then resume box with h5, and here hr. So we need to style this. So again I will jump to the style.css. the style.css, I'm going to add the styles to the h3 with the help of id selector resume with font weight 600, font size 1.7 rem, padding bottom and padding top. If I save, now we can able to see the text of style to the h3, and then I will add the resume box style with the help of resume box. We are added this as a resume box to add the border left to 2px solid and then yellow. If I save, now here we can able to see the resume box of border values, and then here we'll add the styles to this master of signs, and each of the value will set the font size to 1.2 rem, line height and margin bottom. If I save, now we can able to see the styles to this, and then we'll set the resume description color here to light gray color, and now we'll set the resume details with display grid and then repeat of 2 times, and then now I will add the next element selector of another row of skills. So I will paste the content here. Here I have added the text align with my skill in the row and column again with the web development, web design, HTML and CSS, JavaScript as same as this content. So if I save, you can able to see the values of my skill with web development, web design and these things with download CV button. We need to style this. Again, I will jump to the style.css here. The style.css will add the styles to the resume details of display grid. We'll set the padding top to 3 rem. We'll set the grid template column repeat 2 per 1 frame. If I save, now we can able to see the skill 2 per 1 row in this list. We'll add the styles to this again with resume dot details of dot column of paragraph tag. We'll set the display to flags, align item center, justify content, space between. We'll set the font weight to 500 and we'll set the margin bottom to 1 rem. If I save, now we can able to see the design to each border bottom, and then we'll add the styles to the button here. If I save, now we can able to see the button style with background of border dot yellow color, and then now we need to add the progress bar here, right? So for that we have added the element of progress. I will copy this element of progress. I will set the background color to gray color, and then I will set the width of 100 percentage, height of 8px. We'll set the display to flux again. If I save, now we can able to see the background color of each progress bar. We'll add the values to this. So with value of progress bar here, we'll set the background color to yellow. If I save, all the values of progress bar should be yellow here because we have added the progress bar of with here 90, 80 and 99 and then 85 off, and then because we have added the my skill with the progress bar static style of 95 for web development, 75 for web design, 85 for HTML and CSS, JavaScript for 99, and then jQuery for 90 and Bootstrap for 80. If we change these things to 100 here, it will be affected directly to this progress bar and it will set to 100% progress. So now I will change these things to 80 here. Now we can able to see the 80 of this one. If I switch back to the laptop view, now we can able to see the proper design, and then I will add the content of content section here, and inside the row I will paste my element already added here. Let's get in touch, and where I'm leaving with cell again with the social icons. So this one I have already added, so if I adding it will take the time. So I have copy and pasted here. Now next to this I will add one more column of div and we'll set the S2 here with estimate your project, and then we'll create the form ID of contact form. Inside that we'll create one more div with form control, label for name, value of what is your name. I will close the label, and below to this we'll create input ID of name with type as text. I will copy this form control here. I will paste it for 2 times, and then second one as I will change the value to, instead of your name I will change these things to your email address. And then third one as how can I help you? And then I will add one more div of form button with button of class button dork id of submit inside the value of submit with icon class of fa font awesome arrow right. If I close, if I save, here we can able to see the content texture. Now we'll design this. So again I will jump to the style.css here. So here now we can't able to see the social icon here, right? So I will add the tiles with the contact social icons with the eye color of light gray color. If I save, now we can able to see the social icon colors here, and we'll add the font size of 2 rem to the h2 of contact. Now we can able to see this, and then we'll add the styles to the form control text align to start, and then margin bottom to rem. If I save, now we can able to see the styles to the form control here. We'll add the form control styles to the label width of 100 percentage, then margin bottom to 0.5 rem. Then same thing, we'll add the form control to input style. We'll set the width of 100 percentage, then height of 55 px, font size to 25 px. We'll set the background color to transparent, and then we'll set the border radius to 0. We'll set the color of black. We'll set the border to none, outline to none, border bottom to 2px, solid with black color. If I save, now we can able to see the input styles here, and then I will add the form control button style width of 180px. If I go and switch to the laptop view, now we can able to see the design here. We need to set the colors to the content or yellow color. We'll add the styles and background color to the contact of background to again the yellow color, and then min I to 90 VH. If I save, now we can able to see the background color to the content here. And now we'll add the styles to the footer. So for the footer, we are going to add with the background color to black color, and then padding. If I save, now we can able to see the footer here. And now we need to add the back to top icon here. For that, I will jump to the index.html. End of the footer, I will add the href of id with back to top, and then circle arrow up. If we save, now we can see the icon here to end of the list. We need to add the styles to this. Again, I will jump to the style.css. The style.css, I will add the styles to the back to top button with position of fixed, and then bottom to 8px. We'll set the right to 10px. We'll set the font size to 25px, and then we'll set the back to top I element of style with color of light gray color. If I save, now we can able to see the value to this. Once we click this, we need to move these things to top right. Now we can't able to see that because here in the navbar collapsed, it was not set visibility to done. If I save, if I go now, we can able to see the cursor pointer here. Once we click this, it should move to the top right. So again, I will jump to the script.js here. In the script.js, we are going to create the declaration for this. So I will declare the declaration of back to top equal to document dot get element by id. We'll set the id value of back to top, and here if once we click this, we'll add the click event for that. Once we click this, we can add the windows dot scroll to. We'll set the object of array of top to 0, and then behavior to smooth. If I save, if I go here, if I click here, now we can able to see the smooth effect to this. How simple is this, right? Now we have added all the values here. Now we need to add the responsiveness to this. So whenever we are in the tablet view, see it was collapsed. So I will jump to the style.css here. We'll add the media query for width 481px. I will set the styles to the header name with padding of 20px, and then I will set the flux direction to column reverse. If I save, whenever we are in the tablet view, we can able to see the header navbar in a single liner. Whenever we have went to the mobile device, see the mobile number is top, and then menu bar, and the name is should be in the below to this. So whenever we click this, we can able to see that. Now we need to add more styles to this, and I will set the text rotate of font size to 3 rem. bottom. If I save, now we can able to see the text rotate to font size is reduced, and I will set the round bills here with value of 350 and width of 350. See, now it is reduced, and now we need to set this to a single liner, right? So for that we need to add one more media query. Whenever we went to the below laptop view, we need to set all the header name to 1 rem. If it is these things, now we can able to see the padding, it was reduced. If it is a laptop view, we can able to see the space, and if it is a tablet view, we can't able to see the space. And then same thing, we need to set the flux direction to column reverse. If I add this, if I save, see, now it was added to the reverse value. Whenever we are in the tablet view, it was reversed, it was set the image on top and then text to be bottom. If it is a laptop view, it should be on side by side. If it is mobile view also, we can able to see this. How simple is this, right? So we need to add more styles to this. We'll add the text center of margin bottom to 0 rem, and we'll add the padding to each of the service of contact to 1.5 rem. So it will reduce more space to the padding here. Then I will set the margin top to 2 rem and font size of should be 2 rem. If I save, now it will be changed. See, now the font size is reduced, and then if I scroll, you can able to see the changes here, right? If it is a home, the image should be first and text should be second. If it is a experience, we need to show the professional experience description first and then experience value should be second, right? So here it was ulta. So we need to change that with the help of flux direction column for about, resume and contact. It is about, we need to switch that. So for resume also, see, this one experience is different, and we need to show the skills first, and then let's get test in top, and then estimate your project in the bottom. If I save, now we can able to see the difference here. Now we can able to see the text first and then experience second, and for the experience resume also skills here, and let's get test in first and then estimate your project on second. Then we'll set the row content text align to center for the contact. Whenever we are on the tablet, we can able to see this on the center, and I will change the header values of about and contact with font size to important. So again, in the experience here, we can able to see these values on all the center of the screen, right? It should be collapsed for 2 per row. So I will add the about details with the help of grid. I will set the grid repeat value for 2 for 1 frame. If I save, now we can able to see this, and then same thing I will do for the details of skills too. So I will copy this and I will paste it below to this. I will remove this because we have already added the grid value to this value, and I will set this to, if I save, you can able to see this, and will add the margin bottom to 1 rem for each of this content here, and we'll set the social icon to justify content. If I save, now we can able to see the social icon to send the list. See how cool is this, right? Now whenever we went to the mobile device, we need to add the more styles to this. So again, I will go to the top media query of 481, and next to round pills image, I will set the service details of about details display to block, and then now in the contact section, we need to reduce the margin and padding to this, and then for each session, we need to reduce the padding of 6 rem. So I will shift the session here. If I copy and paste, if I save, whenever we scroll these things, we can able to see, and we can able to check all the content into the center of the screen. Now it could be one per frame, and we can able to see the web development, mobile and everything in a single liner, and then the summary of resume. Education is first and then experience is second, and we can able to see the skill one per row, and then let's get in touch, we can't able to see with the footer too. And here again the same thing for the tablet view also will be 2 per row, and whenever it will be in bigger devices for laptop, we can able to see, and we can able to open, and we can able to go to the about. Now we can't able to close this, right? So we need to do that whenever we click this. For that, in the script.js, I will create one more declaration of smooth scroll. I will add the document dot query selector all, because we need to get all the nav items. So based on the nav items, we'll set that on active, and we'll go to the particular window and we'll close this, right? So here in the smooth scroll, We'll add the for each of element. We'll add the event listener for each element dot e dot add event listener with click with function of. We'll set the alert now to check that. I will go here and I will open this. If I click, we'll get the alert, right? How simple is this? So whenever we click this, I will remove the alert here and I will set the e dot class list dot add active, and then we'll set the neighbor collapse dot class list dot toggle. We are already added the class of show here, and we'll set the main open class list dot toggle here with fax mark. If I save, if I go here, if I click this, if I click about me, if I go to resume, so now we are getting that particular page, but the active class is not added, right? We have added the class, but we have not added the styles to this. Whenever the class is added active of a, we'll set the color to yellow. Now it was added for all the values because we have clicked multiple values here. For the first one, we'll set the active here, and if I refresh, I go and open the menu, nothing will happen. Here we need to add the neighbors active to the first item. If I save, I go and open this thing, the first one as active all the time. Whenever I click this about me, it was navigate to this about and it was not removed the values to the here. If I click what to do, we can get this, and here it was not removed. So we need to remove that. So again, I will jump to the script.js here. We'll add the new function with the help of function keyword. We'll set the function name as remove active. We'll set the smooth scroll for each of e dot class list dot remove active, and then I will call this function inside the click. If I save, if I go here, if I'm on the home, I will open this. If I click about me, now we can able to see this. Now it was added to the active class. If I click what to do, now it was added to what to do. We need to add the animation to this light scroll, right? For that, I will jump to the style.css. In HTML, I will add the scroll behavior to smooth. If I save, I go and refresh. Here I'm on the home. If I click about me, now we can able to see the smooth scroll animation to each of the section, right? How cool is this, right? Now we can able to see all the values, and it was responsive on top of this. And I can go to the home session, and I can go to the about me, and I can go to the contact form here. How simple is this, right? Do the same thing for mobile application to the image, and I can able to open the menu, the resume, we can able to see the skill set, and we can able to see all the sections. Finally, we have completed this responsive personal portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I hope this video will be helpful for you. Please like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel Sharat Chandar K to watch more videos like this one. If you are interested in JavaScript projects like this, I have created and added a playlist link in the description. Please do check it out. Now I want to hear from you. If you have any questions or what JavaScript topics do you want us to cover in future videos, drop your suggestions in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep coding and keep learning. See you in the next video. Happy coding. Bye for now. Have a nice day.